Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and we're going to take a look at the marijuana sector. There was some more news out of the White House today that the Attorney General Jeff Sessions is hinting at cracking down on legal marijuana. It looks like the focus is going to be on recreational marijuana. There were some comments made today. Speaking at the National Association of Attorney Generals, their winter meeting, and so it looks like there could be some pressure for the recreational marijuana companies. If you see here, the White House is making a distinction between medical marijuana and recreational use, and it appears that they're going to be concentrating on the recreational companies. So our focus is going to be on trying to locate the companies that are in the medical sector, and to concentrate on them along with the Canadian marijuana companies, because Canadian stocks are doing well, and the biotech companies, the pharmaceutical companies, those are doing well. It's just you need to be careful with the recreational stocks right now, the recreational marijuana stocks, because they could be under pressure. This all started with Sean Spicer with his comments 4 days ago about the Fed stepping up law enforcement, and then everybody was looking for some kind of response from the White House this week, and it's being followed up confirming what Spicer was saying, that they're going to crack down. So this could be adding some pressure. If you go and you Google Trump marijuana, you'll see that there's lots of articles coming out right now about governors are upset. They're telling people are freaking out right now. They're not sure what's going to happen. They don't know which direction the White House is going to go. There's a lot of there's billions of dollars right now invested in this sector, and so people are nervous. So if you look at the marijuana index, this index. There's the North American index, the United States index, and the Canadian index, and they follow the marijuana companies within each of these areas. So the North American index is going to be a combination of the United States and Canadian together. If you notice here with the 3-month chart, there was a drop on the comments from Spicer, and it's found support this week, and it's trying to hold this level. Now we're not sure if today's news is going to drop this further. If you notice, this is a key support level down here at 148.39. If that 148 level breaks, notice it was support back here. It was resistance back here. It turned into support, this 148, 149 level. If that breaks, then you could see a big drop. And so we're looking to see if this is gonna if this news is gonna affect the sector. If you notice, you could see here how it's flattened out. This is a longer term chart, a 1-year chart. If you look at the 3-year chart, you'll see that there's been an incredible run this year. There's this huge run, and then there's been consolidation. It's been trading sideways. It needs to break this high of back here in October. It was the 24th of October, I believe. It's going to need to break basically 167 to head out higher. If you see a break on the North American index above 167, that should signal more upside potential. If you see a break below this 148, 149 support zone, then you could see a big drop. So this is an important level on the charts. If you look at the United States index, you'll see that it had peaked out back here in January, and then it failed to make higher highs since the president has been inaugurated. It's been actually had a nice little run, and then there's this huge drop. It looked like it was making a comeback, and the comments from the White House on Friday, it created this big drop. Now it's hitting, where it found support was back here on the November resistance levels, so around 72, 73. If that 72 level breaks, now you could see a big drop. You might end up seeing a retest down here of the 64 if you get a breakdown here below 70. So it is it's got this downtrend going right now, and it needs to reverse that in order to head higher. The comments from the White House are not helping, because it's creating more uncertainty, and so people aren't sure which direction this is headed. We're thinking the best place to be is to concentrate on the medical companies. Trump has has stated multiple times that that medical, he's for medical marijuana. He believes that patients should have their medicine. So as long as that is the White House stance, then those companies should do fine. And you know, the pharmaceutical companies coming up with new drugs are a good place to be. If you look here at the Canadian index, you will see that it has held up much better. It had this nice breakout here in February, you know, January. It started breaking out, and then it peaked up here on the 21st of February at 344, and then it pulled back, and now it's found support. So we'll see if it can continue the strong uptrend, or if it's going to correct like the North American index. So talking about the stocks in the sector, one stock that's doing well today is the MNTR. This is bouncing. Many of the plays pulled back. You notice the pullback on Friday, bounced off the middle Bollinger Band, and then now a bullish hammer formed yesterday. There was a small little wick, but that looks like a bullish hammer. And then today there's a nice white candle. Bulls want to see a close above EMA's 4 and 8. MNTR does financing for the marijuana companies. Another stock that has been breaking out today is VPOR. It's been on this nice run, VPOR, and it has this nice breakout going with a strong move today. There is a gap between high of day yesterday and low of day today, so if it pulls back, it will likely fill that gap. But that's another medical marijuana play that's doing well, but it is a over-the-counter 00 stock. But if we look at a couple of these other ones, you will see that there is a bounce play setting up. Notice here there was a bullish reversal pattern here for FFRMF yesterday, formed bullish Harami reversal pattern. Now it's trying to confirm that pattern. It has pulled, it was stronger earlier, but after this news, it has pulled back. It needs to close above EMA4 to head higher. Look at the declining volume pattern, hardly any volume today. Look out for a volume spike. Bulls want to see a bullish volume spike to push it higher. TRTC had news today. Okay, so it had good news today, and it was bouncing, and it looked like it was going to break EMA4. That's the key level to break at 27. But look how the news has sold it off. It's pulled back from the White House news. So if it fails to break EMA4, this downtrend will continue. Bullish Harami reversal pattern is currently forming as the candles are working into the Bollinger Bands. Another stock, I'm just going to go through a few of them here for you to show you what's happening in the sector. CGRW. Now this is showing you exactly what was happening with the news. This had pulled back, it hit this 50-day simple moving average support line, the green line, and it was forming a bullish reversal pattern earlier today, but now this has turned red. It's a very, very low volume. Once again, notice the declining volume pattern. So this is showing that the sellers and the buyers have both tired, and now it's at a stalemate, and this is the setup with many of these plays. It's just which direction is this going to head? Are these going to bounce and then can start try to get new uptrends going for the stocks trading below the middle Bollinger Band, or are they going to continue dropping? And so everybody's kind of indecisive right now, and that's what the charts are showing. CNBX is one that has been doing really well. It is following through today. It had a nice bounce yesterday, and then it's following through today. It is forming a small real candle body, so that's signaling some indecision as well. What bulls want to see is they want to see the EMA4 just turn into support and a run up to the upper Bollinger Band at 537. Once again, notice the light volume today. There's not much conviction behind the moves. Let's look at MYHI. MYHI, okay, so this is another medical marijuana company. It had multiple red candles in a row. It formed a nice bullish reversal pattern yesterday. That pattern is being confirmed today, and it is breaking the 50-day simple moving average, which is this green line. That's what we want to see, but we need to see a break above EMA 13. This is just like this move back here in February. Notice bullish engulfing, reversal confirmation, failed to break EMA 13, pulled back. Pulled back, formed the two white candles again, failed to break EMA 13, pulled back. Exact same setup, right? It's finding support in this 50-day simple moving average zone. Form this what looks like bullish engulfing reversal pattern. If that open was at the close from the day before, from Friday, and then it looks like bullish reversal confirmation today. But but once again, it's going to need to get above EMA 13 to head higher. That's the key level on this chart right now. If it can break above that and get above the middle Bollinger Band, then it might start a new uptrend. Right now, it's trading sideways. If EMA 13 remains resistance and it pulls back below the 50-day simple moving average, you could see a drop down to the 100-day simple moving average. Okay, let's look at GRNH. Okay, this is another one that was having a nice bounce today, GRNH. It had the multiple red candles in a row. It hit the 200-day simple moving average down here. It's below, notice how today's candle is forming below the lower Bollinger Band. You know, that's showing that it's getting really frothy to the downside in this move. And then today's, notice how this candle's open. It's showing that actually the current trading is above the open from earlier. So even though the stock is down on the day, it's trading above the open. So the bulls are trying to get some momentum going here off of the 200-day simple moving average, but the candles will need to get back into the Bollinger Bands and above EMA4 at 0.08 to head higher. So this is another stock under pressure. Okay, OWCP is one that we've been following, and yeah, this one yesterday it formed the upper wick on the candle that showed some profit taking, and yesterday's candle formed above the upper Bollinger Band. The candles are working into the bands. Currently, a bearish reversal pattern is forming, and so there is a gap between high of day on Friday and low of day on Monday. If there's a pullback, you can see that gap fill and a potential drop down to EMA 8 at 197. So if EMA 4 support holds, then this chart will still be very strong. It is hitting, you know, overbought levels on both RSI and Fasto, so it might need to pull back and fill that gap before it heads higher. Let's look at just a couple more here. And so this is giving you an idea of what's happening in the sector. AMMJ, you know, it had this pullback below the middle Bollinger Band. It's trying to bounce here and form a reversal pattern. It needs to get back above the middle Bollinger Band. If it stays below the middle Bollinger Band, that turns into resistance. That could signal a new downtrend starting. Once again, look at the same pattern on the volume bars, declining volume. You know, bulls want to see a volume spike and a push through resistance to signal the charts heating back up. What they don't want to see is a red volume spike, okay, and fail to break resistance. Here's another stock that we've been covering, GBLX. Okay, this is bouncing today as well. Okay, you know, had the multiple red candles. It hit the 50-day simple moving average. It's bouncing, and now once again it's trying to break that middle Bollinger Band at 38. It needs to break that level and turn it into support to make a run back up to the upper Bollinger Band. If the middle Bollinger Band turns into resistance, this could signal the start of a new downtrend. So it's trying to bounce here. It just needs to follow through. So keep an eye on GBLX. Another one is MSRT. Okay, this is another you know, stock that dropped, you know, below the middle Bollinger Band. It came all the way down here to these moving averages. Now it's trying to bounce today. It's forming bullish piercing line reversal pattern at the current level. Notice the open was below yesterday's close, and now it's trading past the midway point of the previous candle. That's bullish piercing line. It needs to close above the 300-day simple moving average, and then, which is the blue line here, and it needs to break EMA 4 at 90 to stop this downtrend from continuing. So a lot of these are just these dead cat bounce plays. Not sure if they can get moving with today's news. One more, let's see if we can get this loaded up, that was doing good today was RSII. It's up 50% today, rising. Apparently this is an MJ, a medical, you know, this is a marijuana sector stock now. It's been pushing really hard. Notice this multi-day run. Check out, this has a declining volume pattern as the share price is rising. So that's bearish divergence. You know, that's telling you that the buyers are tiring as it's getting higher. So that is a red flag. So I'd keep an eye out for this thing to cool down. Look how steep it is. It's you know, pushing 100 on Fasto. It's at 98.71, and you've got RSI down here at 97.99. So this thing is really overbought. It should cool down and work its way back into the bands. So yeah, this is a look at the medical marijuana, or you know, the marijuana sector, and you know, just giving you an update on the stocks and what's happening in the sector. This is a good broad view of what's going on. I didn't cover the big board plays. They're kind of doing their own thing, and I'll do a video on those at another time. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video.